Welcome, everybody, back to Talk with your hosts, Steve and John. We are so excited to be here. We want to encourage you. Uh-oh, we got a technical difficulty. What's going on over there, Steve?
I'm just making sure these damn things are working.
It's true. Last week,
the best show we've ever done last week.
and
There was no sound. Check. What do? We work for PBS?
I know.
What the hell?
Well, maybe we can hire some of Biden's people to help us get on this stuff, and we'll get it working effectively. And but last week it's true. The mics went out, and we had a bad batch, which we actually had a good fun show for you. But hey, we're gonna bring it back for you this week. We're excited to be here. We want you to subscribe. We're gonna be making changes over the next couple months to bring even better quality to you guys, and you'll see what's coming as we proceed. But we're here with you for Talk, and I'm John, and that's Steve. What up this week, Stevie?
Well, I think in 6 weeks we're going to have an Afghani joining us. It's going to be a three-headed monster.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that'll be fun. That'll be good for America.
Afghanis on the radio. Well, it's
We're not on the radio, dude. We're on YouTube.
Same thing. They don't know the difference out there because the government won't let them have it. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy 2 weeks. We're going to bring back some of the stuff that you might have missed last week, right, Stevie?
Yeah.
And then we're going to, obviously talk about the Afghan situation and our awesome, coherent President Biden and all his great policies, which, he ain't the only one that screwed up in Afghanistan.
No, not at all. But speaking of America, why don't we get our Team USA chant on?
Yes.
U.S.
LGBTQ. Oh, gay.
U.S. gay. NBC, which is another brilliant.
Well, speaking of that, dude, in the Afghanistan situation, they were really upset this morning because they had to take down the rainbow flag in Afghanistan.
Really?
Yeah, it got taken down. They left it there and they took it down. Can you believe
Well, I can't remember.
the Taliban would do such a thing?
We sent gender studies professors to Afghanistan. You got like 50 million dudes, pissed off dudes with bee beards, and we're sending professors over there to tell them to saw their penis off and put on lipstick.
Well, there's a lot of Taliban in high heels. I'm just saying.
I mean, how stupid are we?
Well, at least we're paying for it.
Yeah, right.
Well, dude, I literally, I know I'm naive when I make this statement here, but I know we're jumping around a little bit. We're going to get to Olympics, but when it comes to our government, I feel helpless. You know what I mean? Like it used to be like at least we had the perception that the people have the power. We don't.
We the people.
Like
My ass.
the Taliban's on Twitter and Trump is still banned. That's what's going on. That's our world. And there'll be stupid ass dumb Democrats that'll be like, yeah, that makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going to be officially going off Twitter this show, and I'll explain why later. But if you want to know why Western civilization is crumbling, it's Twitter.
And Facebook.
Well, yeah, I don't do Facebook, but I'm sure it's the exact same thing.
We had to have a hearing this morning for the Taliban leaders using. They've moved from Twitter to Facebook, and we had to have a hearing this morning. Should they be allowed to move their troops by way of instant messenger on freaking Facebook? And again, Trump is banned. I'm just saying, like it's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, that just tells you this will be the last chapter when somebody writes the textbook on what the United States of America. We're living in the last chapter, y'all.
Yeah, we are.
But
all right,
let's
start on a positive note. You're right, and
straight from the Wuhan lab.
Yes.
This was about 10 days ago. China was irked. You don't want to irk the Chinese off.
No, we don't.
Because when NBC, the only thing they did right, they showed the medal rankings for the Olympics. The U.S. had the most Olympics, or the most medals throughout the Olympics.
Yeah, let me show this graphic we got here.
But
There was a time.
Yeah.
There was a time. Like we're looking in behind. If you can't see us, get on the YouTube. You can see the graphics behind us. Go ahead, Steve.
But yeah, China had more gold medals because of ping pong and men's diving.
Which are important sports.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think half their gold medals came in ping pong and diving. So you know they were irked. I mean, what irks a Chinese person?
I know that this weekend, that baseball player who's from, is it Japan?
Otani?
Yeah, they're the guy that commentates on their game made a comment and he had to apologize to all the Asian people this week. So that irks.
Yeah, that happened a couple of weeks ago.
Was that a couple weeks? Yeah, I mean,
Smith. Let me just. We're kind of free rolling here.
we are free rolling, but it's all the same thing.
We don't have any images of it. I watched Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. And
Yeah.
I won't do that again.
You're mad at him now too?
I'm not mad at him. I'm not going to listen to stupidity. Yesterday, Tim Tebow got cut by the Jacksonville Jaguars because in their preseason game, he was trying to make the team as a tight end. We all know he was a Heisman winner at quarterback, won a national championship,
Yeah.
and then played 5-6 years in the NFL where he wasn't that good at quarterback.
Right.
His college coach, Urban Meyer, just got hired in Jacksonville.
Right. Give him a shot.
They have a great rapport. Tim Tebow, despite believing in the Bible and that Jesus is Lord, is a pretty good dude.
Yes.
But the media hates him because he believes in the Bible and that Jesus
Absolutely.
is Lord.
Yeah.
So Stephen A. Smith claimed on his show yesterday that it was white supremacy that allowed Tim Tebow to have that shot at Jacksonville. I just was like, are you freaking kidding me? I think 90% of the players in the NFL are black, and we're still talking this race card? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we talked about Stephen A. few months ago. I've always respected him. I like his swag. I like all those things. But bringing the race card into everything.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer and Tim Tebow have a great rapport. He gave him a shot. Tim Tebow was one of the first guys cut. It didn't work. That is not effing racism, Stephen A.
Yeah, it's called missing blocks, Stephen. Missing blocks. I saw some of the footage. He was blocking like he was a quarterback.
Oh.
The dude's a big dude too. I mean, he's muscular. He's built for it. He's just a quarterback, and he wasn't a good enough quarterback.
Yeah.
And I love the guy. He's a
I do
great
too.
guy. He's actually would be good for the NFL, but you still got to make the team, bro. Nothing changed, you know.
But don't make it race. It had nothing
Yeah.
to do with race.
Yeah.
Stop.
I know. Well, they got.
50
That's why.
years ago, 100 years ago, this was a racist country. Our laws, our traditions were racist at that time. We worked our butts off to change it. Stop making everything about race when it isn't.
Well, speaking of race, I'm going to play this, and I know this wasn't even planned in our pre-show, but this is the dude apologizing to Okie Dokie from.
Hey, Otani.
Yeah, same thing. And here it is.
Now what do you do with Shohei Otani?
Be very, very careful.
That's the comment that got him.
Well, folks, Shohei Otani has come to the plate, and it's been brought to my attention, and I sincerely apologize if I offended anybody, especially anybody in the Asian community, for what I said about pitching and being careful to Shohei Otani.
Now you gotta apologize
It's just one thing after another. It's uneffing believable. Sorry, I got
Can you
some.
imagine being a comedian today?
You can't be.
No.
You cannot be.
What's Green and Sings? Elvis Parsley. Wait, the covers of that now. It's, you know, what I have said.
What's
that,
green and goes gah, 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 gah. Kermit in a blender. Yeah, even that would be offended to the Muppets, right? Yeah, everything, man. Everything's racist. Everything's offensive. And comedians suck now. Do you watch late? Remember,
No,
I used to hide in my room. I had this little bit, like, you know, those little old, like, antenna TVs that were like, the screen was like as big as your fist. And I would, like, couldn't wait to, like, watch Johnny Carson and maybe see Frank Sinatra or
David Letterman.
Letterman or Wrinkles, all those guys.
Wrinkles. It's Wrinkles.
Wrinkles. I call them Wrinkles. But who is, by the way, the best comedian in the world who would now be like banned from everything. 'Cause it's all he talked about was race.
Go shove your Twitter up your ass. I don't care if you want me on it.
But it's crazy, dude. Like, and now I don't want to watch any of it.
No. Well, we'll get into that in a little bit, but you can't. I mean, we've talked about this. Northwest Indiana, the region, is a very ethnically diverse place. I had friends of every race, ethnic group. We all cracked jokes about each other's backgrounds. We were still friends. We loved each other. It just was humor.
Yeah.
Way to get along. And now,
we have a woke teacher, college teaching staff that is killing America, and I'm. This is another thing we didn't talk about, but I'm absolutely against itinerary. What do you call that when they become? Is it itineration? No, it's not itineration. It's when the teachers can't get fired. What is that called? I don't know. I'm losing my head on that. But you know what I'm talking? Like, they should have to earn their paycheck like everybody else. And the Constitution already gives them the privilege they need to say for free speech and teach what they want. But what's going on now? You should not be able to teach
It's being tenured.
Tenured, yes. Thank you.
Can't get fired. If you look at Google it, if it'll come up, it probably won't. You'll Google this and something about how Trump is a racist will come up. But yeah, the extreme left back in the early 1900s came up with the idea to tenure professors so they could then just start spewing Marxist crap, and they couldn't be fired. And that's how evolution got jammed into colleges and eventually high schools. They did this to change America, and you know what? They won.
They did win. And it's crazy. But back to this irked China, which I can give two craps about. Let's look at the next final count, Steve. So they're irked and bitching. And pardon my friends for saying bitching. I know we're Christian guys. We shouldn't say the word bitch. But it's appropriate, right? It's appropriate. So they're bitching. And what's the final count?
USA 113, a record, all-time record, total medals.
That's right. It's even on the headline, which I'll roll up here.
Yeah. 39 gold medals. China with 38, because they didn't have any ping pong tournaments on the last day of the Olympics. We win. I don't know how much longer this will last with Biden in the White House and in charge of everything. We also won because we were one of the few countries who have yet put a transgender athlete out there. So it's something we can be proud of. But you know how many people watch this?
Not many. I know those 59% of the people did not see the Olympics.
Right. It was the lowest ratings in like 30 plus years. Why? What do you think?
Well, Steve, could it be politics and sports? Could it be woke politics that we're getting stuff jammed down our throat like Jared from Subway?
Stop it.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's in jail.
He probably likes it there.
He's taking a foot long in jail. He's taking a foot long in jail.
I'd like to speak today, please. But yeah.
Sir, is that mustard? Go ahead.
Tartar sauce.
Of course, I have a lisp there, so I want to apologize to all my LGBTQ A B C D E F G H friends. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Which I don't have any, so I don't care.
Yeah. So I've always been a huge fan of USA basketball. Men's team, after losing to France early in the Olympics, came back, won the gold medal. I thought the players were awesome. There weren't any that bothered me on the team because they just played ball. And, actually Kevin Durant, who I just love as a ball player, somebody was goofing around. I don't know every detail of this. One of his teammates was goofing around with a reporter, and Durant allegedly said, "Hey, man, act like an American." I like that. That was cool.
Wow.
But I watch the women's basketball team, and I love women's basketball.
Really?
The entire broadcast, I do.
Okay.
Fantastic. It's a cleaner, more, I don't know. It just, You don't have girls trying to be Michael Jordan or LeBron James. They just play team
Not yet
basketball.
until LeBron switches over, but that's a different story.
Yeah, no, but the whole broadcast, all they talked about was how guard Sue Bird was going to marry Megan Rapinoe,
Oh,
purple-haired sweet pea of the U.S. women's soccer team. By the way, the last one of these that we put on YouTube, we had a mistake. The women's team did not get eliminated. We made that mistake a couple weeks ago. They snuck through and got a bronze medal. So I was irked by that because I wanted them to be eliminated.
and we don't like being wrong about these things, but I also want to say about not being wrong about those things, because that was more my fault than yours. Because I don't watch any women's basketball or women's soccer because of chicks like this. But I want to say I did enjoy her performance as the Joker in Batman, Batman Returns. So, at least we got that going, and that's accurate.
Yeah, but the whole game, the U.S. women won their 7th consecutive gold medal. Well, Megan Rapinoe is going to be marrying Sue Bird. Oh, I applaud that. That's wonderful.
Yes, maybe China will follow suit.
Then, China would call a timeout. Japan, sorry, they played Japan. Japan would call a timeout. They'd go to 6 straight commercials where every person in the commercial was gay.
Of course.
Do I care what somebody chooses to do with their life? I really don't. But when you keep shoving it in my face, time and time again, I can see why people said F this and shut their TV off or turned it to the PTL club.
Well, is it me, or are we being divided by politics, Republican against Democrat, by gender, male against female, and whatever else is out there, and everything else? And isn't that a Marxist concept? BLM was a Marxist concept, wanting to divide not only family versus anti-family, but politics versus politics, male versus female, race versus race. Those are all Marxist ideas. All Marxist ideas. And it's been an important question being raised lately, Steve, and you have a little more history in this. But if we were now, let's say we're going to be an empire, and Afghanistan, which we're going to get into a little later, would be like a place where we would reach out to spread our democracy, what would it be that we're actually spreading? This? You get what I'm saying? Like, I say we send her over there and help her spread democracy with everything else she's spreading. You know what I'm saying?
Sue Bird go over there and spread something.
Yes, they can.
Yeah. No, but we have like 20,000
Can
Americans
rub AstroTurf.
in Afghanistan. Half of them are probably gender studies professors. Do they have to come back? I would say no, because this is what happens when you get liberal loons in charge of classrooms. Parents are paying them sick money, way more than the parents are making in most cases.
Is this what we mean by freedom, though? Do you get what I'm saying?
They call this freedom.
Yes, this is what I'm getting at. This is what they would want to spread, and that's why, like, while people are
saying spread,
I'm sorry, I keep thinking of AstroTurf, but but as people are falling off planes, which we're going to show later, this is what they mean by freedom, and we're showing people are falling off planes, and we're showing pictures of the LGBTQ flag, which, now everybody has a flag, but being pulled down in Afghanistan while people are trying to stay Afghani, getting shot in the streets for being Afghanistan. I mean, it's just an insane world. What does America stand for anymore? What is it that is actually defines freedom? These are questions that are going to...
You're absolutely right. It isn't color or gender or anything that's dividing us. What's dividing us is traditional American values, true democracy, family, what a family is. We're not changing the definition every week or two. Judeo-Christian values, that's all been destroyed by the extreme left, and they're not done. So people wake up.
Yes.
Find a way to fight this, because they're coming after every one of us. It's not even a question. It's happening. And, or just go to Subway and get a sandwich.
I'm going to show something without Steve's approval here. And I'm going to show a video, and we're going to just listen to it, and I want to get your comment. So I sort of dropped this on Steve. He doesn't even know I did this, and I know he likes to be put on the spot. So I want you to think of, like, hopefully we can hear this, and let's see if I can rewind it here. Can I refresh this? And here we
I
go.
hate TikTok, but go ahead.
Only to consume step 2. Infiltrate adults.
All right, it's up a little loud.
Step 3. Indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4. Separate the right from the left. Step 5. Separate the white from the black. Step 6. Separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7. Fabricate a problem, made a lie. Step 8. Put it on the news every night. Step 9. When people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design.
Wow.
Step 1. Train the people only to consume. Step 2. Infiltrate
One more time.
adults with the news. Step 3. Indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4. Separate the right from the left. Step 5. Separate the white from the black. Step 6. Separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7. Fabricate a problem, made a lie. Step 8. Put it on the news every night. Step 9. When people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design.
All right, I know I dropped that on you. There's a conservative, like, he's like tattooed from head to bottom. I don't care either. I'm just telling you because you know how you are about tattoos.
No,
I know, I'm joking, dude. Relax, okay? Relax.
I'm gonna tattoo this on your ass.
There's a new guy out. I forgot his name, but he's like a conservative rap, and he sort of went viral.
Man, that was he
That-
hit
you-
the nail on the freaking head.
Come on, dude. Like that. I'm gonna turn it off here, but we'll play it so we can read what it's saying. Step 1, this is in his rap. Train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with. I can't read this fast. I'm sorry. Anyway, we got it.
We gotta do a pre-show before we go into it.
Yeah. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phone that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Separate, of course. Step 5, separate white from black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more.
What do you think using religion? I don't quite get that.
I think because what I think is, I think you saw this under Obama a lot, which was we had Christianity. We consider ourselves a Judeo-Christian country with Judeo-Christian values, and they were.
We weren't.
He said we weren't, and he was implementing more Muslim acceptance, and Islamophobe and all this kind of stuff. And then every week we're watching Christians get their heads chopped off in Iran and
My
Iraq.
favorite was when they put Egyptian Christians in cages and then lowered them into the sea while they all drowned.
Yeah.
This happened, for those who forgot that think Trump was Satan, this happened about every week.
Yes, we
during the
forget a lot.
Obama-Biden. Every week there were just massacres.
And blowing up historic biblical sites and churches that were over there for years and years, hundreds of years. But so I do
Orange Man
think
sends out a tweet and everybody loses their crap. It's
Well,
insanity.
I do think now there's a division between Christian and non-Christian secularists who are probably atheists, progressives. I totally believe it.
These people
I see
aren't-
that in my own friends circle, if you will.
These people aren't atheists. They think they are God. That's what.
Well, that's what atheism ultimately becomes.
But
Yeah.
They say there is no God, but each one of these people in power think they are God. They tell you what's right. They tell you what's wrong. So this leftism that is sweeping America is a religion.
Absolutely,
Stop
it is.
calling me separation of.
Well, it has
church
values,
and state.
right? Doctrine, values, and principles you must live by in order to be accepted. That's religion to a T.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
So, but speaking of going to Subway, which we didn't.
All right.
talk about
We're talking. I know we're getting off topic a little. We're talking about Megan Rapinoe, and did you know that?
Hey,
let me throw her back up there. Megan, she not only started as a joker, but she's a Victoria's Secret model. Guys, there you go.
there's
And-
another company that'll be going bankrupt soon.
That's right. And so now, did you know that she did Subway commercials during
She's
the
like their spokesman now.
Yeah. So what are you going to talk about here?
Wow, this isn't surprising. A woman who hates America, hates our values, hates our traditions, is very vocal about it. And then Subway just moronically hires her to be their face. It gets tiring apologizing. A Subway franchises want fast food giant to drop Megan Rapinoe ads because soccer stars' woke politics are driving away customers.
Yep.
This is happening. Why do you think nobody goes to movies anymore? They're sick of what the actors and actresses are saying.
That's right.
They disagree with it.
Preach it.
I haven't seen a movie in about 15, 20 years. I'm sick of it. I'm done. I'm not going to spend money on people who hate what I believe in. I'm not going to Subway. You can join me if you want. Does it mean their sandwiches don't taste good? No, they taste good. Well,
Dude, it's one of the reasons, and I know I was in a minority of doing this. I got rid of Disney and Disney Plus, which is like $5. It's nothing to have it. You know, you get all that great content, the Avengers, all that stuff. But when they got rid of Gina Carano, which we had talked about on the show, I was done. It's like they want to produce. They're producing these same kind of values on Disney that we're getting now. Last week, the Muppets. We should have showed a video of this. The Muppets released a transgender Gizmo as the new princess, and it actually reveals him that guys can be girls on the Muppets. So these are not, I mean, if that's the values you want to hold them, you hold them, but don't force them on me, and don't force them on my kids, and don't force them. Every show, like I think you've said your famous quote that you've always said, if Happy Days was on the air, Fonzie would be gay.
Well, he'd be transgender, not gay wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
He wears leather very well.
Yes, he does. Oh, come on now.
It's just madness, you know? And I don't know. I won't be eating at Subway.
Well, Steve,
they
let me
shouldn't just take Purple Haze off the TV. They should apologize for putting her on. That's where we're at.
Yes. We have to apologize for, like, that guy has to apologize to Xing Sheng Zhen or whatever his name is. Yeah, and you know, which is great. He's a great, but he has to apologize to him. But why aren't we getting apologized for that crap? For getting this stuff forced in our face and we don't like it. There's no apology. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So I want my apologies. I want my apologies, Steve. Because I believe in God. I want an apology from the secularist.
Oh, they hate us, bro. It isn't that they disagree with us. They hate us. It's just a.
Well, I love them. I love them, Steve. Okay.
No, but it's like.
But at least
I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not going to eat at Subway.
Okay.
Last Saturday, I watched the Bears preseason game. Justin Fields. I may not need Viagra for a couple months. He was so good. I was so excited. The Bears' new quarterback. I'm excited for the NFL season. But if I see this commercial, football is a lesbian.
Yes.
Football is
I'm out.
Transgender.
Yep.
There's a limit, and I'm done.
Yeah.
And I want to watch the NFL. It's one of my favorite sports. But if this crap is shoved down my face, I'm done. And I'm telling you, more people are doing this. And, you know, if these corporations that are all woke, they're just owned, you can only think this way, you can only speak this way. People have to revolt by not buying their products and not watching their crap.
That's right.
You know, go for a walk.
They can only do better than last year. I mean, we forget really quick in America. Last year, nobody watched the NFL because of all that crap.
Not true. It was a different thing. The beginning, they had all the BLM stuff.
Right.
Their ratings were in the toilet.
That's what I just said.
Let me finish.
Okay.
They started taking them out because the NFL's smart. By mid-season, you weren't seeing it anymore. So the ratings did go up. The playoff ratings were very good. The Super Bowl ratings were good. They figured it out. Will Subway? I doubt it. Their bread is stale.
All right. Well, at least, you know, Major League Sports is getting its act together. Speaking of that, how about this video? Let's take a watch.
We are a city on the rise, forging into the future from our ironed-out past. We are a city of fire and water, of trees and towers, built through generations of blue collars and the brightest scholars, and all of those who have worked harder. We hold tight to our roots and set our sights on tomorrow.
That's Tom Hanks.
And this is our team that has stood with our city for more than a century, from Old Municipal to the corner at Carnegie. A team that has seen its own progress and prosperity. Its history flows like the river through the heart of this city. A history that has given us miraculous moments. Moments that span years and others 22 games. Moments that broke barriers and moments that broke hearts. Moments that prove this is more than a game. We remember those moments as we move forward with change. You see, it has always been Cleveland. That's the best part of our name.
I don't know what's happening there, but so basically, I don't know what just happened. We didn't watch that part of it, but it's now called the Cleveland Guardians.
Yes, they're going to wear orange belts like the crossing guards at the local elementary schools. I mean, again, wokeness taking over just tradition. Listen,
can I make an argument here?
Please.
Because, like, you know, you got the Atlanta Braves, Cleveland Indians. You know, I don't know how to say this the right way, so I'm just going to say it. I often don't think about, like, Indians and Braves. Do you? Outside of turn of sports. Now I'm never going to think about them, just so you know. Like, it's not racist. It's not anything. It's just now I'm never going to think about them unless I'm watching a John Wayne movie, which will probably be taken off the air very soon as well, which I love John Wayne. But, like, my point is, like, in some ways, the fact that these names were kept alive kept us thinking about some of the history revolved around that, and at least created dialogue. They've taken the dialogue out of this now, and now we're the Cleveland Crossing Guards.
What, you know, if you want to turn history on its head, how about the Cleveland Custers? He got his ass kicked by the Indians. It has alliteration, Cleveland Custers.
Yeah.
People, changing a name is not going to change what happened 300-400 years ago.
That's
not
right.
Gonna change it. You can't change history.
I just can't get out from underneath it, Steve. I can't.
Well,
I just can't get out.
We'll teach it.
I want to take down all the statues now.
We should.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, that's already happened.
I mean, this is madness.
Well, at least it's not here by, you know, where we live. It's not like I don't know, like maybe yeah, they wouldn't do something stupid like that because they're not woke. They're educators, Steve. They're very much educators.
Oh, that's the problem.
Oh, boom! I was wrong. They're the beacons now. We got the crossing guards and the beacons.
I covered Valpo for like 2-3 years, and there were more than a couple athletes who became cons. But yeah, I mean, just more crap from these educational morons who think, oh, we'll change the world. This isn't going to change the world, people. Well, we're getting rid of the name Crusaders, which 1,200 years ago meant marauders going into the Middle East and killing Muslims. That's what it meant 1,200 years ago. It doesn't mean that anymore, morons. I mean,
well, Steve, you just don't know what you're talking about because you haven't gone to a Harvard or a Yale.
Well, what do you mean? This is BU.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, they want to be that.
Now they're beacons. What
Now
the hell is a beacon?
I don't know.
I mean, if you misspell it, they're the bacon. Like a Valpo.
That would be a better name, to be honest. I would like them because everybody likes bacon, but beacon, I don't even know what's going on there.
In my lifetime, when I heard Crusaders, I thought of Valparaiso.
Yes,
I didn't think of
absolutely. You're right. Well, we live by them. That's why. Yeah.
Well, whatever. When we went to college, I thought of Evangel University, the Crusaders.
Yeah.
I didn't think about let's go to the Middle East and murder Muslims.
Yeah, no, that was on the forefront of my mind. Yes, it was. What is Evangel called now? Do you remember?
I think they're going with the. I don't know.
I'll look it up while you talk.
I don't think they've picked a name yet.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah.
But it's craziness. It's madness. This won't change history. This will not make the world better. Will not.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why they think it will.
But let's be honest. What do the woke left, when they think of Crusaders, what do they think of? Christians. They hate Christians. We have to get rid of every name linked to the faith. Crusaders is one of them. And they've done it again. What's next?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I think the White Sox are racist.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of
Yeah.
those. It offends somebody. I mean, this whole
And the Red Sox is just as bad as Braves or,
That's true.
you know what I mean?
It's madness. I mean, this is going to make someone feel better.
I don't know who.
Well,
It's
the people
change the
involved.
language, change the language, change the culture, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm tired of this stupid.
You know what I'm
this
tired
is
of?
what?
Reading Twitter.
Oh no. Oh God.
I found a
Here we
tweet.
go. Here we go.
I was forced by the Times of Northwest Indiana about 14 years ago to start a Twitter account. So when I went to ball games, I would tweet scores. So people who cared about the game could follow me, and
Yeah.
that's the only reason I did it. I haven't done that job in 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I've still looked at Twitter, but it's about once every 3 weeks now, and here's the reason why. Some brilliant woman named Laura wrote this. How dare Carrie Underwood, a parent, be of the opinion that parents should make decisions about their children's health instead of the government.
That's not real.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, a parent should not be involved with their doctors about their children. I mean, this is where we're going, people. Parents will have no control over their children.
You've got to be kidding me with
Yeah.
that. I am gonna.
Yeah. Obviously, this is about either masks or vaccines.
I'm gonna. Yeah, keep going. I'm listening. I'm gonna send it so they can put it on screen.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, I actually got in a debate with my doctor that got a little heated.
Not you.
I don't get that PO'd that often, but I
Right.
just brought up, I'm uncomfortable with the government telling me what I must do to my body. Remember abortion? It's my body, hands off my body, all that BS. All about control.
My body, what is it? My body. Well, go ahead. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Here's that tweet behind you, Steve.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But listen, I got vaccinated. I will get a booster when my time comes up. I believe in it. I don't believe in the government telling me what vitamin I should take, what I should stick up my backside, what kind of fruits and vegetables to eat. I mean, look at what the FDA, they were giving us crap to eat for how many generations. And
Well, CDC, this news just came in, everybody. It's all right on my phone. Oh my gosh, somebody's calling me. CDC just recommended that everybody should now be mandated to get a booster shot. So now they're basically telling you that what we have isn't as effective as it could have been, and maybe it is. I don't know. If you want to get it, right? But I'm absolutely with you. This last week, the CDC, I don't know if you heard this, Steve, the CDC just said the testing for the coronavirus is no longer scientific. And the reason is because now they have better testing that can separate separate the cold and the flu from coronavirus, which means that the numbers were exaggerated, that everything was getting lumped into one thing, and then because of that, they're now forcing vaccinations on the people, and that's insane. I just had a conversation.
well, I'm not Laura Ingraham at all, and you're kind of moving that direction.
No, I'm not. I'm saying what you're saying, which is I want to choose my own. I'm not going to get anything mandated by the government. And yesterday, what they're going to do then is now mandate it through your job, through small businesses, and they're going to force it that way. I met somebody yesterday who did not want to get the vaccination. They're in the union, and the union is forcing these pipe fitters to get vaccination or they lose their job. Now, that's not the role of the union. The union is to stick up for the worker, not to make or force government policy on the worker.
Yeah, I don't want to get into this tired back and forth. I'm in favor of the vaccine. For a very small percentage of the population, this disease is very dangerous. I am in that group. That's why I got vaccinated.
Yep.
If I was 18 years old playing high school football, I'd tell them to go F themselves. Okay?
Well, they're forcing our kids to wear masks in some areas, and you have literally a better chance of getting hit by a meteor than a kid grades kindergarten through 8th grade to die from COVID.
Die from it, but
yeah.
more are being hospitalized. We have to be honest about that. This new variant is going after the young a little more. There have been only a couple deaths. But how many kids committed suicide for wearing a bag over their head for a year and a half? You know, I mean, that's, nobody's looking at that because, you know, again, I am in favor. You know, I wear a mask on this show because of this guy. I wash my hands.
Yep. And because you have a mask and you have the flu, I don't need to have it. So there you go. You're safe.
So anyway, this one says we should let the government take care of our kids. Can we see a video of what happens when the government takes over?
Oh my God!
You
want to see the border?
No, not the border. Let's go to the Middle East. This is
Oh.
what happens when the government takes over crap.
All right, so here comes people.
You've all seen it. It's been on the news for how long?
Here it goes. So let's just take a watch. I hope you're joining us on the YouTube channel so you can see this. But here it goes. Little background music here. So this is the plane pulling off, I guess.
Out of Afghanistan.
Out of-
For some reason, the one dude photobombed this. I don't know why. That guy cracks me up.
This is awful.
Yeah. Just people wanting to get out of Afghanistan so bad, they hang on the outside of a jet and end up falling. This is what our government... I know Fox News is all over Biden, and he's been horrible about this, but every president since 2000 has bungled Afghanistan. No question about it.
I don't know about that, but go ahead.
Well, they all have.
No.
Yes, they have.
No.
Yeah. We went there to get rid of Al-Qaeda. We did in about 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe less than that. Why were we still there?
Well, that's a different.
Well,
that's a
what I'm
different.
talking-
I thought you were talking about
there-
exit strategies.
Oh, no, I'm not talking. I'm talking overall.
Okay.
Yeah, but where's Biden while this is going on? The president of the free world. He's at his little campsite at the pool putting suntan lotion on corn pop. Where is the president? Where the hell is he?
Where's Kamala? All of them. Where are they all at? I don't know where they're at. This is like I don't even know what I'm going to shut this off because it's just upsetting.
It's depressing.
Yeah, but I got into it with some argument yesterday because a lot of people were blaming this on Trump because the president went on his address and blamed it on everything on the Trump administration. But what people fail to recognize is Trump did initially want to pull out of Afghanistan, but he took his advisors seriously, and they warned him of the consequences of what might happen. So then he got back out there, and this is all over YouTube. You can see this as well. He got back out there, and they didn't pull out. And the reason they didn't pull out was because that the Taliban, who they had to negotiate with, did not live up to their end of the diplomatic bargain that they put in. And now, you fast forward to this Biden thing here. He had the same advisors telling him the same exact thing, and he ignored every single one of them. And all of them today, all of those departments came out against Biden, as they should. Now, I'm not here to say that it hasn't been bundled throughout the years. It has. I think Trump at least was the first one to say we need to get out of there.
Yeah.
But
He would not have done it this way.
no way. No way. And this was a complete disaster, and it does make us look weak in the world, almost as weak as when Obama went around and apologized for America to all these people.
The Middle East.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that was
Thank you,
nice.
Mr. President.
Yeah. And did you know, here's another little fun fact for you, because I actually prepared for this little segment, is Obama lost an embassy in the Middle East, and now Biden has lost an embassy in the Middle East. But when Iran messed with us, and when they did that with under Trump, he blew that dude up to pieces. and what?
Didn't even have a funeral.
Yeah.
Without sandwich bags.
I mean, he's like, it's talking about sleeping with the fishes, and I'm just saying, man, like, I don't know if we need a guy like Trump, you know what I mean, who's not going to play around with these people and be hardcore about America first. And it's not that we don't care about the rest of the world. but we need to put our own, if you want to call it nationalism, above the rest of the world in this globalization, which is killing us.
Follow the Constitution. The government is there to protect Americans.
There you go.
Not to make your family rich like the Bidens by selling favors all over the globe.
Well, at least Hunter Biden didn't have another laptop leak. Oh my God.
He did, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I was being facetious.
It's madness. We are in a much more unsafe place in the world. We could be bringing as many as 500,000 Afghanis to the United States, coming to a neighborhood near you.
Yep.
Now, there's a lot of good people in Afghanistan, but they ain't all good.
No, and they left a lot of people behind that were good, which is crazy.
Well,
but here's another thing to wrap this back around to the vaccination talk that we were just having. I noticed as they were running through the airport there, did you see it? I could throw it back on if you'd like. Here, I'll throw it back on. You notice, Steve, that see these people running by the plane here? Not one of them have a mask on. Not one of them.
Well, you know why?
No, I don't.
This just came across my phone. Governor Cuomo is going to be the new prime minister of Afghanistan because under Sharia law, he can grab the breast of anyone.
Yes.
And not get in trouble.
Well, he's got my vote then.
You don't vote for it, but yeah, Cuomo will be flying into Afghanistan and just start fondling women over there because...
That's a great point, Steve. Yeah. That is absolutely brilliant.
They're going to make him change his name, though, to Akbad.
Akbad Cuomo?
Yes. And I think he'll have to grow a beard.
And I think his brother will tell them when we're going to be attacked, or something. I don't know.
It's just unbelievable.
Right.
Unbelievable. And the thing is, for those who watch the news, and I know more people have this week because of the hell taking place because of our government, like 2 months ago, Biden, in his arrogant, stupid-ass way, said, well, it's not like they're going to take it over from Friday to Monday. And that's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
Obama's defense minister, and I can't think of his name, actually said...
Dick Fitzwell. You go ahead.
Actually said that in 45 years in government, Biden has been wrong on every foreign policy.
Yep,
every single one. And this is another example. How is this guy not being impeached?
Well, because he's not in cahoots with China. Or is he? I don't know. Yeah, anyway, that's a whole other discussion. Hey, we got to get going here, man. We are way over time, but I think it's because we're excited to be back. Thank you guys for listening to Talk with my man Steve here. I know we've been talking about lots of different stuff. We will be back with you for sure next week. Come on now, subscribe and share us. Yeah, I know we had a little technical difficulty, but we'll be back next week. Thank you guys all for listening. I will see you. We will see you. Thanks for joining Talk. Later.